Hello?
Welcome back.
Mom?
Am I dying?
Am I dying?
Hey everyone, welcome back.
Welcome.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck, I can't. I don't have the nails for it.
There's gonna be a dramatic ASMR that she can't do.
Let me. I'm getting there.
Oh,
Give me
don't hurt yourself.
Hey,
Was it worth it?
welcome. Absolutely.
Okay. As long as it was worth it.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to What's Your Favorite Scary Story?
My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Marlene.
And we're happy to have you here.
We're very happy to have you here. Thank you for coming back.
Yes,
First
please.
of all, thanks for
Keep
coming
back.
Secondly, we love you. And third of all,
That's my wife. How lucky am I?
oh my gosh, I have
What?
a quick update on the Conjuring.
Oh no.
On the Conjuring situation.
I don't know this.
I
What
totally
is it?
forgot. So on May 8th, 2025, Jacqueline Nunez was officially found guilty in absentia on multiple traffic violations in Rhode Island. This is
Oh, her DUI.
her DUI. So she was found guilty on the following charges. Reported by Burrillville Police Department on October 28th, 2024, a day before my fucking birthday, bro.
Oh, yeah. Dang, that was forever ago. That was like...
Hey, I'm not
Right.
that old. Okay?
No, but I mean, like, that was like right after our wedding, too. Like, that seems like
Yeah.
a long time ago.
We had just came back from our honeymoon.
Yeah.
So these charges: refusal to submit to a chemical test, and that was because she refused to do the breathalyzer. Speeding 11 plus miles per hour over the limit. She was clocked at 51 in a 25 mile. Why can't I can't talk right now.
You have the words right in front of you, too.
Driving with an expired registration, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, and obedience to stop sign. So all the charges were marked guilty in absentia, meaning she was not present in court, but was still found guilty. And because of all this, the sentence summaries basically enroll in a mandatory alcohol education program, 25 hours of community service, and 12-month driver's license suspension, beginning retroactively from November 7th. So all these are pretty much standard in like big states like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot
Big
of people.
states?
Well, I guess
like Massachusetts.
Yeah, no, I guess more in like progressive states. You could say. Actually, strangely enough, a lot of more red states are more strict on it.
Huh.
So, like here, if you were caught with a DUI, you'd automatically spend 180 days in jail.
Damn.
Yeah, so
I did
they're
not
like,
know that.
yeah, they're just really strict on
That's
it.
crazy. That's half a year.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. Yeah, 6 months. But the criminal case still remains active despite the resolution of the traffic violations, because it's a more serious criminal case against her. And since she's still wanted on a bench warrant issued for the failure to appear for the DUI, the warrant includes a no bond hold, meaning she can't be released if she's apprehended. But the reason why she's still not in custody is because she resides in Massachusetts, and the warrant is in Rhode Island. And it's non-extraditable, which means that the state won't pursue her for like across state lines.
Right. Dang. It's like the technicalities, man.
I know, and it really is just because of like the severity of it. Like if she was stopped at a traffic stop, if she did sneak back into Rhode Island, immediately she'd be going to jail. Like no questions asked.
Yeah.
At that point. But if she does re-enter Rhode Island, especially at any well-known or monitored locations like the Conjuring House, she's likely to be arrested immediately, despite the speculation from certain YouTube channels stating that there's no there's no real evidence that she has returned since to the Conjuring house since her original arrest. But still, she's like very active online. She has very erratic posts on her Facebook page. A lot of bizarre conspiratorial and
that's a fun word.
Yeah. Conspiratorial.
I like it.
And just a lot of posts littered with like false accusations. Like she was trying to say that one of the helicopters that flew over her house was Jason Hawes.
Of course it is.
Again, which is like the main guy from Ghost Hunters. And she's just like a really fucking like a paranoid person.
It literally is like paranoia that he's out to get her.
Yeah, like literally a video of a squirrel, and she'll say that Jason Hawes sent that squirrel out to like spy on her, and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Sad.
She's really not okay, but that's pretty much the development from it. And
the Conjuring house is kind of just like in purgatory for right now.
It is not being kept up. Like nobody's
just sitting there.
It's just rotting.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it's
Can
like,
we go back and take care of it?
I wish we could, but
Please.
we'd probably be like trespassing and go to jail for trespassing. Unfortunately,
of all the houses I'd go to jail for.
Yeah, but you don't want that on your record, though.
No.
Like, trespassing is kind of like psycho lunacy.
No, I know.
On your record.
But the poor thing, you know?
Yeah.
Does not deserve that fate.
It really freaking sucks, because it's honestly like a beautiful home.
There's just so much, like, history to it, even though, like, so many horrible things happen there, like... I genuinely
like on
feel
the
like,
land.
On the land. But, like, I feel like the energy there is, like, good now, and it had hope, and...
Like, that's still, like, someone's home, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like your childhood home that if you drive past your childhood home, like, all your memories there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like this big...
Like,
Amityville thing. It's just
Perrin was still like active in like the going-ons there and stuff. The one she like was there for the whole crazy haunting thing in the 70s. Like, that was her home.
Yeah.
And she did regularly like see it, or at least through like FaceTime or you know.
Yeah, no, she would visit.
Chat.
Like, she would regularly visit, like, for Christmas and
like
I
hope
those events
she
like
freaking like does something. Not that responsibility should have to go on her, but I feel like she would want to.
You'd think, but technically at this point, Jacqueline Nunez, unless she actively tries to sell the house, that's the only way that they can get rid of the house, or someone can take over the house. But it's unfortunately hers until the foreseeable future. Excuse me.
Yeah,
and
it's just her business license that is out the window, but she still owns the building, I guess.
She still owns the property.
Lame. Well, thanks for the sadness. You want to talk about something else sad now? You want to do your fact?
Yeah, actually, let's do it.
Okay.
Not so fun facts with marbles. So, today's not necessarily sad. It's we're walking into a wheat field. A wheat field. So what? A wheat field. So I'm talking about crop circles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love aliens, if you know me.
Have you even ever listened to this show?
Have you ever even gotten to know me? I love aliens.
Of course she does.
So let's talk about them. Those massive, usually asymmetrical patterns that appear in the middle of a field, farmland, if you will, often overnight with no signs of human trace, and no real explanations. So, this isn't, first off, this isn't like a recent internet age prank. One of the earliest known references goes back all the way to 1678.
1678?
Yeah.
That is so much earlier than I was anticipating. I was thinking like maybe the late 1800s.
1678.
Damn.
In a woodcut pamphlet titled The Mowing Devil.
Ooh.
It shows a demonic figure carving precise patterns into a field with a scythe. Basically, the 17th century version of we don't know what made this, so it must be the devil. But yeah, the Mourning Devil is a real historical document, and it's often cited as one of the earliest recorded references to strange patterns appearing in crops.
That's so cool.
But it's creepy, it's weird, and just it's ambiguous enough to spark centuries of speculation. So really quickly on the Mowing Devil, it's dated in 1678. It's a single-page woodcut pamphlet. It was like a part of the tabloids back in the 1600s in England. So basically, a wealthy farmer refuses to pay a laborer the price he demands to mow his oat field, and in a rage, the farmer says something like I'd rather let the devil mow it, kind of thing.
Okay.
And that night the field glows with unnatural fire. The next morning the oats are perfectly mowed to precisely for any human hand. And the pamphlet includes a woodcut illustration of the horned figure, the devil himself, scything neat rows in the moonlight. So, was it a crop circle? So technically no. There's no mention of circular patterns or geometric shapes. It describes the entire field being mowed, not a design within an untouched field.
It's a crop rectangle. I'm assuming the field's in the shape of a rectangle.
But in folklore terms, it's the early example of like crop manipulation and the supernatural force, like tampering.
How do you explain that? Do you have an explanation, or is it just a mystery?
So I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's just kind of like the first documentation of what is similar to a crop circle, because as we know now, crop circles are more geometric. They have
but also nowadays there could be something that could like make that happen, with technology. But in the 1600s, what could have done that? That was her can that dinged.
The soda, wink wink.
Right.
The
adult soda, as we tell our nieces and nephews.
Yeah, the adult juice. So centuries later, modern crop circles began showing up mostly in the UK, around Wiltshire.
Wiltshire. I don't know.
Near the famous Stonehenge site. Coincidence? Maybe. But over time, the circles evolved from simple rings to wildly complex designs. So what makes crop circles spooky instead of just artsy? Well, for starters, they tend to appear overnight. We're talking about massive, 600 feet wide, kind of in a matter of hours appears kind of thing. So that means no light, no sound, no fire, no one's around, and it just kind of just booms.
Appears.
Yeah, it just appears mysteriously,
Because also then where's all of those trimmings? You know, they're nowhere nearby.
It's just geometric, mysterious design that just pops up the next morning.
Crazy.
So to kind of break up this thing, right? This whole conspiracy, maybe, we've never seen it, so it must be the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
In 1991, two men, Doug Bauer and Dave Shorley, stepped forward and claimed that they were responsible for modern crop circle phenomena.
The whole phenomena?
The whole thing. They were behind the whole thing.
All of them across the world.
All of them in the UK that they were in.
But still, that is a whole region there.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And for them to just pop up suddenly, overnight kind of thing. So they even demonstrated how they made them using wooden boards, rope, and stomping on it, basically. And they definitely made some of them. It was admitted, and that was some of the truth. But the catch is that crop circles appeared before them and after their claim that they
weren't alive in the 1600s,
right? Right. So like it also kind of just like amplifies the fact that they were probably also, maybe they did a couple, but they got like their 5 seconds of fame. I was gonna say torture. They got their 5 seconds of fame. That's probably what I'd want to do to them.
You would want to give them 5 seconds of torture.
Yeah.
Be like, do you understand how much aliens mean to me? And you're gonna just like treat this like some joke?
So the crop circles have appeared, before and after their heyday, and many of them more complex. Heyday? And a lot, many of them a lot more complex than what Bauer and that other dude ever really did. And the formations kept getting stranger. So, as they kept getting stranger, and there was like numerology in them, researchers from MIT and other institutions investigated the crops, and not to prove like aliens, but to study the odd physical anomalies in the affected plants and the soil. So, some of the findings were that the crop circle plants appeared to be bent but not broken. Almost as if they were exposed to sudden heat or radiation. Like heat. Yeah. It's easier to bend stuff with heat without actually breaking it. Yeah, I'm imagining like bending acrylic. Like you heat acrylic and you can bend it a lot easier without breaking it or fracturing the surface. In some cases, researchers found magnetized iron particles fused to plant stalks. Certain formations showed signs of electromagnetic interference, causing malfunctioning cameras, drained batteries, and compass disruptions. Ooh. Which is like, how do you even explain that, You can't. And also, visitors have reported nausea, headaches, and even sudden euphoria.
Nausea, heartburn, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Or sudden euphoria when stepping inside, which like.
Oh, okay.
When
like it's affecting them when they step in the crop circle?
Yeah, and I don't even know if I've explained this story like on the podcast, but the story I always like tell you about when I dropped a friend off I dropped a friend off at work, and it was like 6 a.m. in Arizona when I lived in AZ, and I looked up and I saw 2 lights just floating up into the sky. Like the lights were in the sky, but they were floating upwards. And then they just like vanished. And I literally got sick. I like threw up in front of the car.
That's crazy.
And it just makes you feel like uneasy, and I feel like whenever I tell people like, dude, I literally experienced shit like that in AZ.
Like, did you ever feel that way any of the other like times you like saw things? Because you've seen things a couple times.
I've seen things a couple times. This was the first time that I was actually like physically affected by it. Other times I just felt like this like overwhelming sense of like a fear, like just like unsteadiness, unsettling, like it just kind of like when you almost get the chills but you don't get the chills, like goosebumps,
the internal chills,
like it was just like that, like just the uneasiness and like someone's looking at you. Kind of
when you're the one looking at it.
Yeah. Or like you don't know where to look, but it's looking at you, and you're like, okay, but where is it though?
Oh no.
Like it's just so fucking uncomfortable. But yeah, all that nausea, headaches, euphoria feeling, like I totally get it, kind of thing. Yeah. And call me crazy, I don't know, just
crazy.
No, just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean I'm lying, But, so, we fast forward to 2001. I'm trying to rush through this. I realize it's like a lot.
I mean, you're talking about the history of crop circles.
Yeah, just to kind of, But there's a 2001 Chilbolton formation, which might just be the creepiest one of them all.
Ooh.
So next to a radio telescope in Hampshire, England, a massive pattern appeared in a field. It looked like a humanoid alien face accompanied by what appeared to be a binary coded message. Oh. And just not any message. It was a direct response to the, I'm probably butchering this, but Arecibo signal that we sent into space in 1974.
What the heck?
It was an original signal that included things like our DNA structure and a map of our solar system and human population stats. So the response allegedly encoded in the crop circle altered the DNA slightly, adding another planet to the solar system map, and changed the image of the human figure into something less human. And it was never explained, and NASA looked but never acknowledged it. So NASA-affiliated scientists have examined crop circles, and a physicist who worked with data used by NASA published peer-reviewed work suggesting that some crop circles might involve bursts of electromagnetic energy, possibly even microwave-level radiation, due to the crop stalks being bent but not broken. But NASA never officially endorsed his findings, but he cited satellite imagery and physics models used in NASA's remote sensing tools. NASA also use remote sensing technology that has been used to analyze crop circles, but NASA itself has never actually launched a dedicated crop circle investigation, even though some researchers have used the NASA data to compare soil temperatures, plant health, and infrared readings where crop circles have appeared. And lastly, NASA scientists once became an accidental crop circle icon. Richard C. Hoagland, a former NASA science advisor turned French theorist, often cited crop circles in relation to his theories about ancient alien structures on the Moon and Mars. While he had legitimate NASA connections in the past, his later views weren't reflective of NASA's position, and the agency distanced itself from him. So, like, whether he was legit or not, like, we won't ever know. Like, it's like one of those cases where, like, but he's crazy, though, that's why we let him go. But
right, but I feel like they distanced themselves from him because he was on to something, and they're like, shh, you can't tell the people about this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and some say it's a hoax, others a warning, others say it's cosmic graffiti. I give you one. But the eeriest detail of them all is that no one ever saw him being made. No footprints, no tire marks, just a silent message in the wheat.
In the wheat.
So what do we do with this, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But they might be elaborate hoax, a strange natural phenomena, interdimensional postcards, or something else. But they persist, and for something so easily dismissed, the phenomena is still discussed, and it's like pulled in a lot of physicists, a lot of scientists, and it's even like brought in, besides like conspiracy theorists, also like mathematicians, because of like the shapes and the numbers.
Yeah, all the smart people getting involved.
Stuff in it, yeah. But one thing's for sure, you need like precise tools to like make these crop circles and have like a weird amount of like free time,
right?
Because like, what the fuck? And like, how do you even do these things in like 12 hours or 6 hours?
600 feet
or 600
worth of land, like, no.
Yeah, no.
And okay, it's like interesting to me too. I've never really done any like research into them. They're like fascinating to me, but like at first to me it kind of made sense that it might have been like, because I know they're, it's literally like the movie Signs, like it's a sign from the aliens, but at first to me it could have been just them like landing in a crop field, and like the shape of their ship or whatever like made the shape
like what?
in the field. But then you said there was like a shape of an alien, a humanoid figure, and like binary code. So like that theory's out.
So would it be just like a laser that just like burns? Not obviously not burns, but like just scans the land and just like kind of, it's like a printer, you know, like it just prints this indent into the cornfields, or like
I was thinking like the ship literally like landed
to like
on
imprint
the plants.
it.
Yeah, and like that's like the shape of the ship, and like the radiation from them like stays in the land kind of thing.
So are you saying like this imprint is in the ship on the ship, and they just land
like
and they
that's
just
the shape
like,
of the ship, and
it's
it
like,
leaves it's like a stamp.
It's like a stamp.
Yeah. But obviously like that's probably not it, but it was like just something that crossed my mind
because like
as
also,
a not physicist.
Isn't it like in a broader sense, isn't it crazy that like if these are aliens and they're trying to talk to us, isn't it crazy how they just also use like geometric shapes to talk to us, just like, the same way we use geometric shapes to make our letters and words.
It's like that stuff must mean something to them. So it's like, what does it mean to them that they're trying to tell us?
Yeah, and just the fact that I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that like different species like know like if I make this line and this circle here connected to the line, like they know that this imprint means something to them, just the same that our word imprints mean something to us. Like that's their language and this is our language, but we know that like writing something and making a shape means
just
a
that
word,
concept in
like,
general has plagued me a little bit. Like who decided all this?
Like it's two different species.
It's crazy.
Like not even animals, you know? Like it's like a intelligent species and another intelligent out of the world species just making language and making it make sense to the species. And like what the fuck, dude?
Don't get us started on
oh my god.
No, but we could go and go
yeah
and go.
But this whole like crop circle thing, I love watching this like alien guy on YouTube. He just recently got back on.
There's an alien with a YouTube channel?
I think he's an alien. But yeah, he's like all about UFOs and alien news and all that stuff. And he, in the past like 8 months, he uploaded a video of a woman showing a crop circle. And these things are literally woven into itself. Like it's not like someone just goes and mows. Like these things are bent. Right. And there was a whole ass line that was woven into the actual design itself.
That's crazy.
So it was going in over and under
like a pie.
Like a pie.
Because then that's not even a ship just landing there, because that wouldn't happen.
No, that's why it's like the intricacies. If you watch these videos, you can literally Google, like YouTube these crop circle videos. And it's, I don't know exactly which one it is, but it's of a woman. It sounds like she has like an Asian accent. She's from Asian descent. And she's like explaining this. And you can see that the crops, they're bent and woven into each other.
That's wild. I've never heard of something
and so
like
just
that.
like the intricacies of these, it's like who has the time and who has the
like are they Santa or what?
Like the map of it. Like how would you even know where to start, where to end? Are you meeting the circle on the same end that you started in? Like how do you know to start here and then I'll do the circle as circly as possible, and then I'll know where to end it, where it meets the butt and the mouth together, you know, kind of human centipede it, you know, kind of thing. Like who knows? But this whole thing is crazy, dude. Like,
you know what? I think we need to watch Signs. I think I've only seen it like twice, but I want to watch it now.
I have never seen any alien movie,
except for Paul.
I mean, that's like laughable though. But like Signs and
I think you should watch
the Fifth
it.
Sense and like
it's the Sixth Sense. I don't even think that's aliens. I think that's just ghosty things. I do always get those two mixed up though, because I think
that's
it's like the same era.
Yeah. But
The fifth sense.
that's it. That's all I have for you guys.
Thank you. And that's the podcast.
It could be.
No, you always try to cut my part out of it.
I mean, that's why I think I should have my own weird conspiracy podcast. I do have to pee, though.
Oh,
Can I pee?
I guess so. I guess I'll wait for you.
Okay, can I take Marnie with me? Because she'll, like, bark away any alien.
She'll protect you?
Yeah, she will.
From the crop circle?
Let me go see if Marnie would go to... Hey, Marnie. Come on, let's go.
She took the bait. See you twos later. I'll be up here to defend myself, I guess.
I guess so. You have 2 cats up here.
One now. Arlo left. He doesn't care. And Binks is leaving now, too. And she's back. She did not get taken by an alien.
I hope not. I feel like I always, whenever I talk about stuff like that, I always just creep myself out.
Yeah, I get it.
For
sure. Yeah. Do you want to get creeped out more now?
I guess. I just got the heebie-jeebies.
It's okay. I'm going to be walking downstairs with you next time, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. So this week's episode was suggested by Carter from Wyoming. Claps for Carter. Thank you very much. And
thank you, Carter.
And they suggested that we cover a castle.
What?
A castle in Cleveland, Ohio.
Ohio? The meme state.
The what state?
The meme state.
The meme state? Like
yeah.
M-E-M-E?
Yeah, like meme.
Why is it the meme state?
I guess you're not, like...
Am I too old?
Yeah, you are too old. If you don't know Ohio as the meme state, I'm sorry to say, you're officially out of the loop.
Well, that's my homework for the week. But yes, we will be talking about the Franklin Castle, also known as the Tiedemann House.
Tiedemann.
Yes. That's very fitting. Locals refer to it as the Franklin Castle because it is on Franklin Boulevard. And it's a Victorian-style stone house that looks like a castle.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right.
So, per usual, a quick bit of history on the Franklin Castle. Hans, I think that's how you say his name.
Nah, dude.
It's
Hans.
It's Hannes. So it's spelled a little differently than
like
I'm used
Hennies?
to. Like Hennies, yes. But I'm calling him Hans because...
I think that might be correct.
Yeah. So Hans Tiedemann immigrated from Germany and became successful first as a wholesale grocer and then as a banker. So between 1881 and 1883, he built his castle house.
Damn. Out of working from a grocery?
He was a wholesale grocer.
Oh, okay.
The big guy.
Yeah. Like he was Costco.
Supplying.
He was a
the
Costco.
Things, yeah. At the time, Franklin Boulevard was one of the most upscale residential avenues in Cleveland. Hans built this big, fancy house, not only to provide a more upscale residence for his family, but also to provide a temporary safe haven for family and friends that were emigrating from Germany. Yeah, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah, it is
it's
pretty
a big
cool.
old house.
It's like
so they have somewhere to go.
Yeah, wouldn't really be so great nowadays, since immigration raids homes like that.
You don't want to talk about it. Hans and his wife Louise lived there with their 2 kids, August and Dora, who both had kids of their own, all boys.
These are such random names.
I mean, it was
August
the 1880s. It was before the 1880s. So August is kind of normal.
Yeah, but Dora seems
that is like a little weird for Germany, right?
Yeah.
I'm German, but I mean, I'm not that German.
Like, what about Dora, the
Yes,
Explorer?
I know that reference is coming. But I don't know.
Exploradora. Need your help and grab your backpack. Let's go. Jumpin', vamonos, you can lead the way.
She has a blanket over her right now, and she is just jamming under there.
The Swiper, no swipey. Swiper, no swipey. Oh, man.
Did you say swiper, no swipey?
No swiping.
Oh, it sounded like no swipey. like SWIPEY.
Yo, Dora was the shit back then.
Yes,
dude.
yes, of course.
Heck yeah.
But yeah. So Louise and Hans and their kids that you chose their names, they all lived in the house, and then in 1896, Hans ended up selling the house.
Oh, Hans.
So over the next 100 years, the house had many, many owners, but for 47 of those years, from 1921 to 1968, the house was known as Eintracht Hall and was the home of the German American League for Culture, an ethnic cultural organization that was involved in political causes and then functioned as a German singing club in its later years.
Okay, so it's safe to say that a lot of Germans immigrated to that part of the
I would assume
United
so.
States.
Yeah.
No, and that makes sense because I believe Kurt is of German descent.
He's from Ohio?
And he is from Ohio.
The podcast I listened to, the girl in it, she, I think, I don't remember if she was born in Germany, but she, like, spoke German before English.
Yeah,
and she's from Ohio.
I think the only thing that Kurt knows in German is beer.
I get it. Which is?
I get it. Beer.
Beer?
Beer.
Is that how you say it?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's what I was asking. I was like, which is what in German?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's just beer.
Let's find out.
I was like, that's a very important word to know. I agree.
I agree.
Thank you for showing
with you knowing that word.
Thank you for showing me this word. Yeah, but it's spelled like B-I-E-R or something.
Let's see. B-I-R. Brr. Brr.
But how do you pronounce it though?
I don't know. Hang on. Let's have Google do it.
Beer.
That was more elongated. Beer.
I don't know if they're doing the
There's B-I-R and there's B-I-E-R.
Yeah, B-I-E-R.
Beer. Okay, we've got that figured out.
So no
Sorry, I just
you just always always add that.
I do. Fine. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better.
I better what?
Be sorry.
Okay, I am.
Beer.
Sorry. I did it again. Damn it. I can't help it. Okay.
It's not French.
Right. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so German Singing Club at the end of its time there. And when the German club sold the house in 1968, talk about it being haunted began to spread. In the mid-70s, one of the owners capitalized on that pretty quickly and started offering tours on the haunted castle.
Of course.
In 1985, a man named Michael DeVinco purchased the place and spent a good chunk of money to restore the place. And he lived in it for almost 15 years. People might know him better by his stage name, Mickey Deans, or by the fact that he was the last husband of actress Judy Garland.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
His name reminded me of our name for Marnie. Mickey Deans.
Mickey Deans.
Marnie Barnes.
Marnie Barnes.
So he did end up selling the house in 1999. But unfortunately, shortly after that, an arsonist set the house on fire, which did cause substantial damage. Luckily, it didn't, burn to the ground, but still.
What a lame guy.
Lame. But the new owner spent a ton of money trying to fix it up, but due to 2 recent recessions, they were not able to complete the restoration. But in 2011, a European couple bought the house and actually made really good progress in restoring the house and opened it up for people to spend the night and take tours because it is, in fact, haunted AF.
Okay.
So, let's back up a bit because why is it haunted, right?
Right.
It's always our question. Well, less than a decade after the Tiedemans moved in, their daughter, Emma, that I actually didn't mention before. Is that name normal enough for you?
Emily?
Emma.
Emmethan?
Well, she passed away from diabetes. A few weeks later, Hans's...
Diabetes, if you will?
The girl is dead, babe.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sorry.
I guess it's like long enough ago, but
Rip.
still, she was a child.
Rip.
A few weeks later, Hans's mother I can't say this one with a straight face, damn it. It sounds worse than I thought it did writing it down. And you're gonna destroy her. I can't say it. Hans's mother, Rebecca.
Rebecca?
It sounds like I can't do my R's, but it's spelled Wiebeka. Rebecca. That's how you would say it.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
It's like that guy from McDonald's the other day.
There, the second paragraph.
Yeah, that's Rebecca.
It sounds like I can't pronounce my R's.
Like the guy from McDonald's the other day, like a month ago now.
That's how you do your time.
I stopped by for lunch real quickly,
Yeah.
and he's like, cheeseburger and a small fry.
Poor guy.
No. I was like, yeah, that's white.
You did not say that.
I didn't say that.
Okay, good. He's probably thinking about that right now as we speak, just mortified by it.
He went home to smoke a little blunt, called his girlfriend, and was like, babe,
guess what happened? It was terrible. I can't stop thinking about it.
I paid $1,000 for my speech.
Oh no!
My speech class, and I still messed up.
Poor guy.
I can't do anything right.
No.
He's like, I work at McDonald's. I have a speech impediment, and
you know what? If you work at McDonald's and you are making a living, good for you. You have a job. You're making money.
Hell yeah.
You're doing the thing.
And getting,
free food, or at least discounted food. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, hell yeah, bro. I would love that.
Anyways, Rebecca, Hans's mother.
It is Rebecca.
Who is also living with them. A few weeks after their daughter Emma died, his mother also passed away.
Jeez.
Within the next few years, 3 more children in the family passed, who I believe might have been some of the grandchildren. It wasn't clear for some reason. Although I don't think they died in the castle. And then in 1895, Hans's wife Louise passed away from liver disease. At this point, there were definitely speculations throughout the community, which only grew when Hans remarried not too long after his wife's passing to a woman named Henrietta, and also outlived his 2 remaining children and his 3 remaining grandsons.
What the fuck?
It is not clear when the grandsons died, but his children, August and Dora, both died around 1906, and then Hans died in 1908 from a massive stroke that happened while he was out on a walk in a park.
Okay, fucking major karma, because who also didn't investigate him?
Yeah. Well, and then also, this just wasn't even mentioned at all, but there was sources I was seeing where it was saying, in total, Hans had 6 kids, but I only heard about 3 of them, in my further, research.
Right.
So what happened to those other 3 kids?
They're apparently gone.
They probably died before he even came to Ohio.
Yeah.
You know?
The meme state.
The meme state, right. I know that now, because I'm with the times. Okay, so it's honestly quite the mystery what kind of guy Hans was, because many people actually spoke on his behalf of what a great guy he was, and how rumors have gotten out of hand, and that he would never do anything to hurt his family. Which,
whatever.
I guess that is what they say about those, pillar of the community guys, where it's yeah,
but they're
this isn't like him kind of thing.
No, they're like that for a reason. They manipulate the people around them. They seem
right.
like the best guy ever. Wow, he can never do any harm. He loved his family, you know?
And it's hard to know, because we weren't there, but, after their daughter Emma died, he wanted to cheer Louise up and turned the entire 4th floor of the house into a ballroom for her. He decorated the house with towers and gargoyles, making it look even more like a castle. And he also did build secret halls and tunnels in the house.
Okay, Winchester.
It's unclear why he did this, but it was rumored that Louise would use these tunnels to escape Hans's bad temper at times.
You know, I recently heard someone say, like, I remember hearing someone say a couple weeks ago. It's always a couple weeks ago for me. Please,
or the other day.
It's a couple
one
weeks
or the
ago,
other.
or and it's probably a year ago.
Right.
Not too long ago, I heard someone say, "Wouldn't it be cool if we had this device and this is the way the door opened, just in case someone tried to break in, and we can like hide behind this?" And I was like, do you think that's how, like, Sarah Winchester and, like, these people that build their homes all weird like that with secret entrances and all that stuff like that, maybe that's how they thought of, like, building their home? And, you know, because they probably had, like, some sort of paranoid mindset that made them think that way. Because, like, Sarah Winchester dealt with, like, a lot of guns and, you know,
maybe
like,
that was
like
part
that.
of it, but, like, remember, it was the spirits that told her to build it like that.
Why? But why
it was the medium told her to build it like that to confuse the spirits.
To confuse the spirits. So, like, where does this, like, so where does this mindset come from, and why is it, you know, it's just like there has
Trauma,
to be
probably.
Yeah, it's a specific mindset that makes you think this way, that you're like, oh, like, I'll build my bookshelf into.
That's not a bad idea, though.
It's not a bad idea.
To know of, like, an escape that an intruder wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know?
To, like, just hide in while.
Or, like, escape. Like, that leads outside somehow.
Like those beds that just turn over and it's just another clear bed, but you're, like, under the thing.
Like Barney's bed.
Yeah. I know. But it's got to be some sort of mindset where you're just kind of like.
It's not a bad idea, though. So when Louise died, more rumors started to surface. People claimed that Hans had several love affairs, sometimes in the house. He allegedly forced women to have sex with him.
Whack.
And I guess he technically didn't deny anything when people started making murder allegations.
Even more whack.
And again, alleged. This is all just rumors from the locals at the time, after seeing all the deaths in the newspaper.
Right.
People that actually knew him had nothing but good things to say about him. So we can only really go off these 2 points of view. We weren't there, so we don't know. But yeah, so remember in the early to mid 1900s, that German cultural organization owned the place. And it was supposed to be a place for, like, meetings and parties and just, like, socializing and whatnot. But supposedly, the house ended up being used to house Nazis.
That's literally what I was about to say. I was like, okay, if it's mid-century, like, what does that look like?
Not surprising, but disappointing.
Well, I'm curious to what it looked like in the United States. We know what it looked like abroad, but, like, So
like, how are things going over here?
Yeah, so bring me some knowledge, my wife.
Okay, well, allegedly, again, during this time, 20 people were killed with machine guns because of political disagreements. Later, residents claim to hear these fights over and over and over again, echoing through the house.
You think it was, like, Nazis versus American mindsets?
Yeah, maybe the Nazis were, like, housed in a part of the house, but they were still, like maybe being the cultural club, so there would be others coming into the house. And
like, yeah, I could see it being, like, Germans agreeing with Trump. Oh my God.
Pretty much.
Agreeing with.
If that tells you anything.
Agreeing with Hitler's mindset and agreeing with his things, you know. And then, like, other American Germans being like, are you guys fucking... Like, this is literally what we escaped. And you're, like, agreeing with it kind of thing. I'm assuming the American Germans were like, pa, 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 pa.
Right.
Versus the Germans being like... Bah, 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 you know,
right.
like, I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's like such an awkward thing to talk about too, because obviously
it's still like a little too soon. It's always gonna kind of be a little too soon.
We're very anti-Nazi, obviously.
Yep. That is the truth fact.
Honestly, yeah, we're hoping that it was the Nazis being taken care of. You know, we don't know what they did.
I could also see them being the ones to want to do the things.
Yeah. Which is also probably why it's also haunted, you know, just that negativity,
the energy, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that racist, you know,
just it just emanating throughout the decades.
Yeah, being, you know,
it's like cigar smoke. You just can't get it out of there.
You can't get it out. It's like being like renewed with recent events and
anyways,
reawoken.
Moving on from that. So I didn't mention it before, but when the house sold in 1968, it was to a man named James Romano and his family. His wife had always been fascinated by the castle and had hopes of turning it into a restaurant.
Okay.
But the house made sure that didn't happen.
Of course. It's like a monster house.
Yeah, for real. So one day, as the Romanos were working on fixing up the place, they sent the children upstairs to play. A little while later, the 4 kids came downstairs to ask for cookie. My voice just gave
okay?
The 4 kids came downstairs to ask for cookies, and they asked for a 5th cookie to take upstairs to the sad girl who was crying.
And they were like, 9!
Oh my god!
Bah, 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 bah.
Oh, stop it. That's too real. Sorry. I don't like it. We're talking about cookies here.
Sorry.
God. So Mrs. Romano went upstairs with them, and of course there was no one there. But her kids insisted she was there and that they play with her and other kids up there all the time.
No. Throw the kids out, dude.
Not the ghosts. Just throw the kids out.
Just recycle the kids.
So that's not the only thing that stopped Mrs. Romano's dream of opening up a restaurant. Organ music would play on its own all the time. And no, they did not have an organ in the house.
What the fuck?
Along with the organ music, they heard footsteps and ceiling lamps turning. 2 of the kids had blankets yanked off them while they were sleeping. Very Conjuring-esque.
Fuck that.
And Mrs. Romano woke up to find herself screaming on the floor with an invisible presence screaming next to her.
Ew.
Have you ever heard of something like that?
No.
That's so weird.
I hate that.
That's so, like, uniquely awful.
No, yeah, I fucking hate that.
Oh, no,
like, just the fact that you can't see it, but you can't.
You can hear screaming next to you, and you can't see anything?
Oh, my God. No.
In the middle of the night, in the dark, next to your under the bed?
No.
Sleeping with the lights on tonight.
Actually, I'm gonna have you sleep on the floor, so I know you're, like, the one there, you know?
You suck. You suck. Speaking of Nazis.
Oh my God.
Family Guy reference. We're not terrible people, I promise.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
You suck.
So, they reached out to some paranormal investigators, and one of the investigators ended up running out of the house screaming.
Same.
So they asked a priest to perform an exorcism in the house. The priest told them there were evil spirits in the house and that they should leave because the spirits were too powerful to be removed.
That's so annoying. Like, why can't we get a priest to come and, like...
Well, in 1974, 6 years after buying the house, the Romanos moved out.
6 years after?
Yeah, they listened to the priest.
6 years, 6 months, and 6 days after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devil. Yeah.
Satan.
Beelzebub.
Stop.
She hates that.
I hate it. Alyssa literally wakes me up sometimes.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do. You're listening to those TikToks with that song.
Okay, I intentionally...
That's like the scariest thing ever.
I intentionally scroll past them quickly so you don't hear it because I love you.
I've been looking at 14-karat rosaries that I think Alyssa should buy me.
Oh, okay.
So,
sure.
If you'd like to help her and donate, please reach out to her, because I will pick it up from Don Roberto's
Do we have those out here?
I have no idea.
I feel like we don't have those out
No, okay, never mind.
So, the next person to own the Franklin Castle was Sam Muscatello. And he wanted to...
Sounds very much like Mussolini, and we don't like him either.
Wow. He wanted to turn it into a church. But the ghost stories kind of shot that plan in the foot before it even got started. So
wait, who?
What?
Who shot it in the foot?
The ghost stories that like already were encompassing this place. So Sam decided to lean into the ghost stories and make the house a tourist attraction.
Smart move.
He offered tours and overnight stays for those brave enough. Yes.
I was just gonna ask, like, do you think like the ghosts get pissed off for being sold like that? Like, if we were to find like a spooky place and we're like, let's just fucking sell it, dude. Like, let's sell it tourists. You know, tours for the tourists.
Because it's like, that's straight up the Conjuring house. So, I feel like some of the spirits there don't like it, and I feel like some are okay with it.
But like, who pays for it? Like, as in, who pays for it? As in, like, who's suffering? Like, is there suffering?
I don't know.
Are they going to haunt me for trying to like make a buck out of my house?
I've heard like in investigations and stuff that some spirits like the activity going on there.
I mean, who doesn't like attention? You know,
right?
Like, they're
dead.
Like,
oh, so I've been like alone for all this time. Someone's trying to talk to me. Like, okay,
yeah, I would like it too.
You know?
If I was alone,
you would. You like to talk to people.
Yeah.
So, yes, Sam selling these tours and overnight stays at the house. He was also very intrigued by all the secret tunnels and hidden passageways.
Yeah, I love you, babe.
I love you. What the heck?
You're just so cute. I just love how you're just... Oh my God.
I'm just a girl.
Just a ghoul.
I'm just a ghoul. That's got to be on some merch, which, by the way, we got to get going on.
I know, we have to. I'm trying to make sure that the sample we get is like legit, because sometimes they just send you like heat pressed shit, right. And I need it to be like legit. Screen printed.
This
like,
is I'm married to a printer.
Yeah, that's why I'm really fucking
that's her
picky.
Job.
Like, yeah, dude. Sorry
for the wait. We're gonna make it worth it. I promise.
I'm just trying to make sure that it's like legit and it's not fucking direct to garment, right. Unless it has to be.
Right.
But the design we have doesn't have to be, so I'm still trying to.
Yeah, but once we pop off, that's going on something.
Yes,
I'm just a ghoul.
I'm just a ghoul.
Oh yeah, so he was into the tunnels and all that. Sam, he was just checking them out. One day he started to explore and found a secret room through one of the tunnels.
Dang.
And in this room, he found human infant bones.
What?
He took this info to the media, and the public honestly thought that he planted them there for attention and interest in his business. And the tourists actually stopped going.
What? That fucking sucks.
He ended up selling the house, but not before getting some interesting personal accounts in his guest book from people that visited the house. Drum roll, please. We have a woman in black.
Of course.
We haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
She is seen from time to time in the tower room. It has been hypothesized that she is the spirit of Rachel, a maid who worked for Hans Tiedemann and his family, who didn't respond to his advancements, I guess you could say.
Okay.
People think Hans possibly could have strangled her after being rejected, because guests have felt like they are choking when they are up in the tower room where the woman in black has been seen. Overnight guests have also claimed to have heard a woman suffocating up in the tower room, only to find no one there when they go to investigate. The spirit of Hans's niece, Karen, is also seen, who Hans also supposedly murdered because she was mentally ill and he wanted to put her out of her misery.
Whack.
And of course, we have the classic disembodied voices and crying, doors shutting on their own, and shadow figures. And of course, our guy, Zach Bagans, had to make his mark here.
Naturally.
Yep. Ghost Adventures visited the Franklin Castle. And I guess they started getting activity immediately. Like the first few hours they were there, it was
because
just like
they're
boom,
so very
boom,
special.
Right. They are more special than anybody else ever, and they deserve it.
Right.
So they got, the unexplained noises. They saw some apparitions. They felt cold spots. Zach felt like he was being pushed, of course.
Of course.
And
poor Zach. Poor Zacharias.
He goes through so much. Zacharias.
Wow.
And they got an EVP that said, "Feels like kill you." And that was their experiences there. And Zach has deemed the Franklin Castle as the most haunted building in Ohio. So if you're brave enough, you can still visit the Franklin Castle and stay the night to possibly experience something paranormal for yourself. And that was the Franklin Castle, everybody.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The Franklin Castle.
Castle.
That was a good one, babe.
Thank you. Thank you, Carter. Good suggestion.
Yes, thank you, Carter.
It was interesting. Again, never heard of it. I love these ones that I don't know about prior, so it's actually kind of fun researching it because it's just all new information,
Right. Well, the Franklin Castle is 7 hours and 42 minutes away from us.
That's not too bad.
It appears to be in Cleveland?
That's what I said.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes. Again, what I said in the beginning.
Yes.
I
know. Seems like something it's like that's doable, It's kind of crazy though. 8 hours for.
Right. We'd have to find something else to do in Cleveland, which is there other things?
It's the meme state. So just clarifying, Ohio, the meme state is just like a funny internet thing.
I assumed.
With the new age, the new generation, meaning it's like it's just lost and lawless and cursed. It's just Ohio. What is there to do in Ohio? What is Ohio? How do you know about Ohio? It's just
interesting.
Nothing.
To me, there's so many of those states. No offense, Carter, but Wyoming kind of seems like that a little bit.
Yeah. I guess it caught on because it sounds random and specific. Ohio's generic enough to be believable, but also specific enough to be funny.
Got it.
Occasionally strange or oddly wholesome things actually do come out of Ohio. And it's just a TikTok trend. Only in Ohio. Think of a dog doing backflips into the sun or an old man fighting a goose with a saxophone. Only in Ohio.
So we moved on from Florida Man, and now we're
Ohio.
Focusing on Ohio. Okay.
I
gotta keep up.
That's why it makes sense. That one time where Yair, my nephew, was saying what's even in Ohio? What? Why Ohio?
I remember that.
I think we were playing Fortnite or something. And then he's so he said something about Ohio, and I was how do you even know about Ohio for you to say something like that? It's just a new generation thing, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, but we're supposed to be not aging that quickly, so we need to be up to date with
that's your job. You're 2 years younger than me, so I put all of the pressure on you to keep us relevant.
I still feel freaking old.
You're more with the times than me, but it's okay. Anyways, thank you, Carter, so much for your suggestion.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, and we appreciate everyone sending in suggestions. If you want to hear one of your interesting story ideas covered here, where can they send that to?
You can send it over to whatsyourfavoritescarystory@gmail.com, or you can send it over to
our DMs on Instagram, which is also at What's Your Favorite Scary Story. We want all of it. The
cryptids, ghosts,
the legends, Crest toothpaste,
Krispies,
Rice Krispie treats, true crime. We are doing that as well. We don't do it all the time, but when we do, they're good ones.
They are good ones. Any personal stories, any stories that you just think are interesting enough.
We'll literally read it all.
Or if you have any suggestions of like, hey, I heard about this. Like, can you elaborate? Kind of like the way I'm doing. The whole Conjuring stuff.
Oh, yeah, that just like current events.
Yeah, just current events, like current
idea.
Spooky events.
Give Marlene more jobs to do.
Yeah, I would actually love. I mean, that can also take over my fun facts.
We can
sometimes
have breaks and stuff.
I mentioned 2 today with the Conjuring and fun facts. So
yeah, that'd be cool. Also, I mean, send cat pics, like just brighten our days.
Yeah.
Life's hard.
We will feature your cats.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Or your pet. We'll have like a pet of the month or something if you send in your pets.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I disconnected my headphones for a second there. But yes, please send your pets. Oh my god.
Right.
We'll do
what good ideas we have this week.
Spooky pet of the month. And
hell yeah.
We'll feature your dogs, cats, rats,
birds,
turtles,
snakes.
Everything, dude.
If you got something living in your house that is not human, we want to see it. Plants. Shoot, we'll do a plant of the week.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Marlene loves plants.
Oh my god, I want to see your plant.
Show me your plants.
Take off your plants.
No, they'll die.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Anyways, we're over an hour.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. Let's call it. We love you, people. Have a wonderful week. Send us your pets. Send us your plants. And stay spooky! Stay spooky. Stay spooky. Stay spooky.